For this first episode, I'm gonna highlight Nath. Nath and I met 2 years ago on one of the music festivals that I worked on. When Nath enters a room, she hits you with her undeniable beauty, and then you begin to speak to her and realize the way in which she understands her body language and using her words. She makes everyone feel so comfortable that she encounters. She sees the world in such a unique way, and how she wants to fuse her career with her passions is unlike anyone who I've ever met before. She truly wakes up every morning wanting to hit the ground running and make her dreams come true. I am so thankful to call Nath one of my friends. I admire her, I adore her, and I'm here to tell you her story.
I'm Nathalie, I'm 28 years old, I live in Amsterdam, and I'm redefining my life. The name of my company is Own Your Space, and I got the idea after a very bad working experience in Switzerland. I was not happy, couldn't be myself, they didn't allow my personality to really be who I was. Came back from that and I was like, you know what? Life can be fun, work should be good, we can be ourselves and we should be. And I realized at some point I was really screaming a lot during dance classes, like, grab your space, take your space, move bigger, be la la la. And then I was like, own your space. I was like, damn it, you already have the physical space, and we're often preoccupied with insecurities or with doubts and fears. And I was like, you know what, it's time to just let them be and just bloody own your space. Even if you have a fear, just say it. So just own all of it. Own Your Space is about a few different things that come from the same source. I give trainings in physical awareness, and that's one side of it, because there's a lot of coaching, a lot of training, or a lot of development that happens cognitive, and we forget about the body, and a lot of things happen inside of the body, like we house fears there and insecurities, and basically cognitive patterns are stored in the body, and we just have no idea because we never get to the point that we dare to just look in the mirror, or someone can be a mirror to you and just be like, you know what, where is that fear? Where do you feel it? Instead of like trying to give words to them. So what I kind of do is just give people a fuller picture of themselves, or at least I hand out the tools, or I give them a direction to be like, you know, just paint yourself. Who are you? Do you know who you are inside? You know, like, do you know when you're sitting differently, or how you come across, or just making people aware that there's a whole world out there that's actually in here. Trainings that I give at companies just get into the physicality of it, and I also do individual coaching. So doing this one-on-one with a person in the studio and just let them walk and talk at the same time, and then see how they respond to the certain emotions when they're speaking. And you'll be like, all right, just stop for a second, and like, why did you move your arms? They'll be like, move my arms, why did I? And you can get into such deep aspects, I guess, like really getting to the essence of breaking your habits, and then getting aware of them, and then definitely use some of the things that you did when you had them as a habit, because they probably work, but only if you get conscious about it, you can use them as an asset. It's actually kind of a sad thing. 1 in 7 people here one in 7 working people here in Holland have a burnout, and it makes me sad, because life is there to live and not to suffer or survive or, you know, hang on or hustle. I sit with lots of directors of companies right now to be like, okay, how can we make it less of a work environment which is harsh, and just allowing people to be themselves at work. Maybe they'll have a great idea, and just allowing them to give the freedom to be like, if you ever have an idea, or if you want to do something, tell us, like, we're open to initiatives or whatever, because then the employees will feel heard and accepted and appreciated, and in the end that's all what we want. We just want to be appreciated. So the second part of it, I guess, is the core of where it all started, which is my whole dance background. I've been teaching for 6-7 years, I think, right now, dance classes, and I've been dancing as a freelancer abroad, also here in Holland as a freelancer, worked at companies, just did it all. And especially during teaching, I could realize at some point that in the way people are moving, I could tell and see so much about who they are. So it kind of like flowed very naturally from dancing myself, not really feeling the necessity to put myself on a stage at some point anymore, just to be like, wait, but dance is such an important tool for me to put people into motion. And then I even broke it down more, and then just like literally putting people into movement, like just letting them walk or sit or just see how their habits show. Yeah, it's kind of flowing in an extremely natural way. Being creative for me means working with all that is there in the moment. I realized that when I was in dance academy, you have choreographers, you have dancers, and then you also have assistants or dramaturgs, or like there's different professions in that field. And I realized already from the get-go that I'm not a creator. I'm not this artistic type of person or who's politically involved and be like, oh my god, I think my vision should be seen and should be put in a theater performance or in dance performance. But what I have realized is that I'm a co-creator. So as soon as you give me something, I'll be like, oh, but you know, we can do this, 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 and this with it. So it's kind of like if you give me a seed, I'll be the water, the earth, and the sunlight, you know, like just to make it your most fantastic flower or tree or whatever you want it to be. Let's go. So creativity for me is in the co-creation. So how was it like landing your first client? Like this. It was good because it gives you the external confirmation that what you feel intrinsically you want to give and share and do, that is worth it and that it's working as well. And actually my first client also arose out of a beautiful conversation I actually just had with a friend, and I just started to talk to this other guy, and then it's just like balls started to roll, and then so I wasn't even looking for it, it just really just stumbled upon my path. My advice to other women that are redefining their lives are a few. Be patient with yourself. Everything is a process, and you need to go through the process. You need to go through the steps of getting to a place that you already know you want to get to, but you cannot jump it. You gotta go through it, because in those steps there's so many lessons to be learned, and they're not always fun, but they're so necessary. 2, ask for help. If you see someone that you admire, or if you see a product, or you feel someone's good at something that you're lacking, ask them how they did it, if they can help you, if you can just have a coffee with them and get their knowledge, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already there, just like attach it. So to sum all of that up, my message to the world is live your life, because it's yours, and my life is mine. And at night I go to bed with me, and there can be someone next to you, but he or she goes to bed with that person. No one can ever get in here or in here. And I see life as a walk through the world, and you'll have people that will walk a while with you, and then they'll go away and they'll take their path, and maybe you'll meet again at some point, but in the end, the only person that you have to make happy is you, and just go for that.